What up, what up, what up? This is your boy X coming to you from PressPlayOnYourDestiny.com. And I want to talk to y'all today about social acceptance, society, um, how other people view us, our interpretation of how other people view us, and how we shape a certain type of life based on expectations of others, of society, and how to hopefully get past some of those things too and grow into your own self as an individual. Wanting to be accepted into groups or be accepted by people is not uncommon. It's actually in our nature to want to be a part of a group, a part of something that's not just us, but something that's bigger than us. And a lot of people, you'll see, some people will go to the extremes to be a part of a group. Um, Point in case, things like gangs, social organizations, clubs, groups, all these different things, because naturally we have a tendency to be attracted to people that are very similar to us or people that are kind of like us. And so here comes where social acceptance comes in. And, a lot of people, when they are not accepted by their peers or accepted into a group, people will then go to extremes to become a part of certain groups that, in all honesty, probably aren't even made for you, but you want to be a part of them because there's a part of us that has a void, a part of us that wants to be filled, a part of us that longs for connection and being with other people. And I'm gonna tell you this. You might be the type of person that it's hard for you to fit into groups. Your outlooks and views on things are really different, and a lot of people just don't understand you. And if you make friends, it's very few and far in between that you have real genuine friends, especially people traveling on the path of consciousness or spirituality, because typically a lot of the views or beliefs that you start to gain while you're traveling on the spiritual path, the majority of society don't necessarily believe the same way when you get into occult type thinking and esoteric type teachings, which a lot of people who travel the spiritual path do, or are actually into that kind of stuff. And so, even if you're not in traveling on the spiritual path, which I believe we're all traveling on the spiritual path at some point, either consciously or unconsciously. But if you're unconsciously traveling the path and you're having an issue being accepted, and making friends or being a part of circles, understand that some people are made to be leaders and other followers, but a real leader is made to be both. And some people that have a hard time fitting in don't understand where in the season whether you need to be leading or following. See, there's a season for everything. And if you find yourself not being able to follow or become a part of a group, it's probably because it's your season to be leading. Or if you find yourself not being able to lead like you normally are, you may need to step back, follow, humble yourself, and gain some knowledge. Because let me tell you something about life. Life in itself will beat you down, it'll bruise you. And the biggest thing or the biggest contribution that you can make to yourself is to grow in knowledge and develop yourself. If you ever want to be accepted into any group, grow in knowledge, grow in understanding, grow in wisdom, because the more knowledge you have, think about it, the more people you can reach, the more people you can relate to, the more conversation you can have. But if you are only stuck in uh, three-dimensional thinking, and when I say three-dimensional thinking, I'm talking about having society dictate your conditioning as a human being. Unfortunately, it's only the people that travel into the four, five, 6D realms that are actually able to look at life abstractly, look at it from a metaphysical sense, from a philosophical sense, from a scientific sense, and are able to run in different circles. So understand that it's actually important for you to grow in knowledge, because then you could be very versed in your conversation and you could be a part of any group. But if all you know, I'm gonna use an example, is hood and ghetto, and you want to have more high class friends, and you want to run in different social circles, then you are going to have to expand your knowledge. You're going to have to expand what you know, in order to relate. And that's the thing about most of us humans too. Outside of wanting to be accepted, we want to be able to relate to somebody. We want to be able to draw some type of a connection. That's why consciously, when you meet somebody, the first thing you do is you try to relate with them in some type of way. If I meet you and I say, "Hey, how are you doing?" "I'm fine." "Cool. Well, where are you from?" "Okay." And you tell me, "Hey, I'm from New York." Well, that automatically gives my inner self some type of an understanding about you. I might not know you, but I know that you're a northerner. And then based on all of my misconceptions, or based on all of my knowledge and experiences of northerners, that's initially how I'm going to classify you. Because remember that the way our brain is conditioned, or the way it works, is we relate to new experiences based off of old experiences. And until we gain new experiences to replace the old ones, our outlook and concept on new things are always going to be old. Okay. All right. So back to social acceptance. Remember that you don't have to be um you don't have to sacrifice yourself to be a part of a group. Okay. And I know as beings we want to be a part of groups. We want to have friends. We want to have all of these things, but understand that when you grow in knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, when you get this glow about you, when you get this, when you become illuminated, people will be attracted to you. You trust me. You won't have to go and find friends. Friends will find you. Trust me. And so make it your business to continually grow. And with growth also means that you will you in your mind you're going to be at constant battle with yourself. Almost 90% of the time in life we're at battle with our own self, with our own thoughts, with our own emotions, with our own feelings, um with our own experiences, with our own ways of thinking. I mean, literally, think about it. A lot of the time, we are our own worst enemy. A lot of the time, we might talk to ourselves about doing something and then talk ourselves out of it at the same time. Oh, well, I want to do this. Well, no, you can't do that. I won't do this, so I won't do it. You know what I mean? So you have this conversation, all of these different scenarios and things going on in your head. So the biggest person in life you'll ever have to fight will be yourself. To understand yourself, that's why it's important that you grow and develop yourself. I tell you in every video, and I'm going to say it in every video, the only way to live a successful, abundant life is to travel within for answers. Because think about it. At any given day, you, the I, the higher being, the higher self, you are what's constant. You're constantly talking to yourself, coaching yourself. You're constantly having emotions and feelings and thoughts about things. And they all come from, now, all thoughts don't come from you. I need you to catch this. All thoughts that you feel, all emotions that you feel, do not come from you. And they could come from several different sources. They can come from ancestors, they could come from past lives, they could come from um, um, spiritual beings. It all depends, okay? And another quick note about social acceptance is this. I think Les Brown said it best when he said that somebody's opinion of you does not have to be your reality. How often do we get caught up in living the lives of someone else's opinion of us? Um, Understand that it's your life to live. You were given this life force. Now, how you view it and how you handle situations is going to be key to you living and manifesting the things in life that you want. Remember, you cannot make your footprints on life if you're walking in somebody else's. So remember to seek answers, seek knowledge, and seek it for yourself. Seek your own understanding about things. And if you notice, I use the word understanding and understanding interchangeably. When I use the word understanding, it means that you need to go and do more research. Get more research and understand. I'm just giving you the tip of the iceberg. But when I tell you you need to understand something, that means I'm talking to your higher self or your spirit man. That's what I'm telling to get what I'm saying. And I need you to understand that it's important for you to leave your contribution on earth. It's important for you to add to the collective consciousness of the source. It's important for you to have a contribution to the Akashic records. It's important, you know what I mean, because only you are given the dreams and visions and ideas. Those things are given to you, and when you die they leave with you. Yeah, somebody else might come up with the idea for something that's similar to yours, but what makes yours different is they might not have had the drive that you have. They might not have had the passion that you had. You see what I mean? So everything is original when it comes from you. Somebody could always try to do a carbon copy of it, but it's not the same. The same meaning may not be behind it. The product might look similar, but the meaning isn't the same. So, what I want y'all to get from this video, because it's pretty, um, it seems like I'm going in a lot of different directions with this. To narrow down my focus, I just really want you guys to understand that the life that was given to you was made for you to live it and experience it your way, not anybody else's way. In the beginning, while you're gaining and sifting through knowledge, it's okay to hang on to other people's views to help you get to the next level of understanding. But understand that I want you to gain your own knowledge, your own beliefs. I mean, how often is it that you can ask somebody, well, what are your own beliefs? What are your own views on something without them regurgitating what somebody else said? See what I mean? And understand that you are already accepted into the social consciousness because you are a being. Now, there may be groups that you want to become a part of, but you never have to worry about being accepted into a social circle because you are a part of a collective consciousness. That was deep. I hope you caught that. Understand that you don't have to search for something that you already have, something that you're already a part of. And understand that you are a part of something even bigger than what you know. You're a part of the mind of God, you're a part of the mind of the all. And if you understand these things, then social acceptance, you won't be so apt to jump and dive into a group. And also understand this, that this conversation goes so much deeper than this. When it comes to social acceptance, I didn't even get into the Athene's theory of everything, where he talked about these mirror neurons in our brains, and these mirror neurons are actually the reason why we as humans depend so much on social validation. It's the reason why we judge people the way we do, because the way we judge someone, in essence, is how we view ourselves. And so when we when we impose our beliefs or we impose judgments on somebody else, it's the same way that we're judging back to us. And so we view other people how we view ourselves in actuality. And that's the whole purpose behind, or the whole function behind these mirror neurons. It's that we treat people how we view ourselves. That's deep. So when you look at somebody and you judge them, in sense, you are judging yourself based on the things theory of everything and these mirror neurons in our head. And trust me, I believe that because I'll tell y'all a quick story. Uh, I I mentor every Saturday at a local nonprofit a couple of blocks from my house, and we have a boy, and he's new. And one of the questions we like to ask them is, um, what made you mad this week? And he started to tell us, um, things about what made him mad this week. So one of the things that made him mad this week was the fact that his sister's boyfriends come over to the house. And so when we dug a little deeper, we was like, so why don't you like their boyfriends? And so, he was basically like, well, I don't like them because they're disrespectful to my mom. Legitimate. But then we got into it, and we got into some of his other issues. And he said his other issue was that he hates when people laugh all the time. And they don't have to be laughing with him. It's just laughing all the time. So this is what raised the question in my head. So happiness in this instance made him upset. People laughing a lot seem to be enjoying themselves. And this is where we get into um issues where uh his views, he doesn't like when people laugh around him, because on the inside he really feels sad. He feels like he doesn't have anything to laugh about. So because of that, he withdraws. He's introverted. He doesn't talk very much because what's the when you have life, because life will tear you down. You know what I mean? So when life is so bad and there's nothing to smile about, well, these mirror neurons, well, why do I want to see anybody else smile and be happy? Why can't I smile and be happy? See what I mean? So innately, we have this mechanism within us that tends to mirror our internal world and manifest it into our external world. And we tend to view life how we tend to view our external world how we view our inner world. They say anything that manifests on the inside will manifest on the outside. And something that I also want you guys to catch and understand is this, that we as beings have the ability to co create reality. And when I say co create reality, that our thoughts literally create the reality, the circumstances, and the situations that we experience. And I liken this to a house. And imagine your whole life, that imagine if you could actually see a thought, you could see a feeling and an emotion, and that it became a tangible physical thing, such like this cup. And imagine when you thought feelings of, let's just say, negativity, you had a piece of the brick fly to one area. And then based on life, all of these thoughts, feelings, and emotions start to build this house. And based on the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you have regularly, that's what this house is built of. So your living room might be pretty and nice because that might be full of nice, positive thoughts. But then you might go into the bathroom that's kind of dark and gloomy looking because negative thoughts have built that bathroom. So now at this point, in order to get a house of all good things or positivity or love, peace, joy, and abundance, now you have to go into that bathroom and tear down those negative thoughts and replace them with good, positive thoughts and new things. So that's a whole nother video in itself. It's called Where Do You Live, or Where Are You Living? Um, So to make a long story short, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Y'all probably hear my kids in the background. Like I told y'all, it's a real video. I'm a real person. I'm a real dad and a real husband. So, and until next time, you guys, press play on your destiny. Say yes to your vision, you guys. I love y'all. If you need anything, remember, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, and like the video. Until then, love y'all. Peace.